Hi friends, welcome back to Tech with Ryder. As we told in the previous video, today we will create an logout API. So first of all, go to root and create an API path. That's a logout. This will call to logout function in the controller. Logout. Okay. And now, with some API like logout and lead product, we need to have, client need to request to server ID and token. Is that right? So we need to make a middleware to check ID and token instead of process in the function like this one. You can see here we need to check ID and token exist or not. Is that right? So we need to make a middleware to validate ID and token before process those APIs. So let's go to middleware and create an auth middleware.ts, and in this we will create an function that's check authenticate. This is a function and have three parameters: request, response, and next function. Request express, response, next function. And in this function we need to get ID from request headers. I also get authorization. I assign it for a alias that's the token. If ID or token not exist, we will return new error. We need to define an error that is out error instead of bad request. So come here and define a new error class that is out error, unauthorized, and export. Okay, in here, so out error, I will modify the message something like ID and token are required. Okay, now we will get the public key, and then we will validate. We will verify public key and token. And this one, okay. So to get the public key, we need to define a token object, await token model file1. I will find by shop new type object ID. You can see with a sync function. Okay, you can see we use this source code a lot, so I think we should to make an helpers to generate MongoDB object ID, right? And we should to put it in until, because this function doesn't relate to business logic. So we put it in here. I will make a comment. And in here, I will make a function generate MongoDB ID. Input param is a ID, that's a string, right? So we will return new types mongo dot object ID string ID, right? So I will export this one. In here we thus generate ID. Okay. ID may be a array to string. Okay, now validate this object token object. If it not exist, we will throw new batch request. Token is not exist. So now verify JWT. We don't need this one. I'm sorry. Import JWT from the web token. Okay, and verify. We have token. We have token object dot public key. Okay. So now we have a callback function. In here we have error any decode any. In case error is not null error, we will through a batch request. So new batch request, that's a validate invalid token. Okay, and if there is no error, we will assign, the code here is shop information. So we will assign the shop information to request, and then in other place, if we want to use shop information, we don't need to access to the database and get it again. So I want to request dot shop. It will assign to the code. Okay. To do this one, we need to define an interface here, like request authent. It will attend from request. Okay, and we need to declare a shop. That's a record with string and any. Okay, so I also want assign token object, so I need to declare a token here. It also okay, so request dot token, it will assign to token object. Okay, now come back to the controller and we will, I think we need to make a service. logout. Okay, in our service, we make a logout function. Logout is will async function. We will remove the record in database, right? We will, after logout, we need to remove record in a token collection. So token model delete one. Okay, so ID. Now I will get the asset token ID. I will get the token ID. So token ID is will equal to request. We need to request. Okay, maybe I need only one request. Request is request. Okay, we need to export this one in middleware. Request of export. Okay, so come back to service, and here request of okay, so request dot token and dot ID. Okay, so I will delete. Okay, we will return this one. Now in here in the controller, request here is request of. Okay, nice. Now let's run the server and check it. Run dev. I will log in, sign in. We have a asset token, right? And now I will log out. Duplicate this one. We have a logout function. Check the HTTP method again in the root. Okay, post is correct. So now let's call the API header. I will have our .c here. Okay. Check the database. Now we have 10 records, right? And I will now this is the new record. We just log in and it generate this records. So now I will log out and you can see the ID of this record. That's the end of the ID is CD3, right? Now I will log out. Where is the postman here? Can I put log out API? Log out put. Oh, we include the middleware here. you handle async middleware, we import it or not. Okay, we didn't export. Okay, now check out in here, remove two character and type it again, enter. It will auto import for you. Now try to log out again. Controller stand. Okay, so maybe in the middleware. Oh, we need to, it got stuck here, so we need to next, we need to call the next function. Okay, let's try it again. Yeah. Let's refresh and check this object again. It still exists. Why? Maybe we delete wrong. You can see the record is reduced, right? But its object still exists. So maybe we delete something wrong. Go to service and check it. It's okay. Maybe, oh, did you remember that when every time we call the API, the document will be reduced, right? That means the record will be removed. So the reason is at the middleware, and we set wrong. We will find wrong. We find wrong request. I'm sorry, we find wrong record. So yeah, in here we need to sort. We need to get the last one. Oh. Okay. And should to link this one. Okay. Now log in and check it again. Log in. Right. Before we call the API, check the database again. The last one is CA165, right? Now I will call the invalid token. Something is wrong here. Oh, we need to remove this one and show a message from the error variable message. And try to call the API again. Nice. And check the database. Now let's log in again and call logout API. Log in and get the access token and put it here. Before we call the logout API, let's check the database. You can see here the ID of token object is db04, right? And now call the logout API and refresh. It removed. Okay. we completely created a Logout API. If this video is useful for you or you gain something new from this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe my YouTube channel. See you in the next video.